My name is Janet Kilby, but everybody knows me as Phoebe. I live in Asheville, North Carolina. Well, I do have enslavers in my family. My great-great-grandfather, Leroy Kilby, was an enslaver. I found out that in 1830, he had 5 slaves. When did I find out about this? Well, it was pretty late in life. I was about 52 years old. It was in 2006, and I was in Virginia. So what did I find out about this enslaver? I found out that this was my great-great-grandfather, Leroy. As I said, he had 5 slaves. That dropped to 2 in 1840, and you wonder what happened to those folks that weren't there anymore. Were they sold? Did they pass away? These are some of the mysteries you find in doing this kind of research. He and his wife, Sarah, were the enslavers, but I also found some interesting things in that his brother, Thomas, and his wife, Melinda, were also enslavers. And I, through my research, was able to figure out who the descendants of those enslavers were. And in 2007, I contacted one of them. At least at that point, I had suspicions. It's since been proved that the person I contacted, Betty Kilby Fisher Baldwin, was descended from the slaves of Thomas and Melinda Kilby. So Betty, she had a website because she'd written a book, so I was able to email her on Martin Luther King Day 2007 and say, I'd like to have a conversation with you to see if we can figure this out. Why did I do this? I was inspired by the Coming to the Table movement, which was just being birthed at that point. It just started, the first meeting of this group in 2006. And I found out about it, and that inspired me to do this research. So I contacted Betty, and she was open to connecting with me. And I met her family, and we've gotten to know each other. And wow, what a family they are. Very brave. Betty was a named plaintiff in a suit to integrate her high school in 1958 and 59. A very brave person. And I've just been honored to get to know her and her brother and her family. So what have we done about this? Well, I joined the family in trying to get the local community to honor this history. By the time I had met them, 50 years had passed since they integrated the school, and the history had kind of been forgotten. So working with them, we were able to get marker, historic marker, and put in front of the school that named their father, who was the brave person who started this suit, and told the history. But then there are other things that I haven't done with the family. As I got to know them more, I wanted to do something personally to make amends. And so I consulted with them, and as a result, because they valued education so much, I set up the Kilby Family Endowed Scholarship Fund, and that provides college scholarships for people who are descended from persons my family enslaved. So that has been a real benefit to the family, I think, because it's brought us even closer. And since doing that, Betty and I have been telling our story around the country, and we decided to get out information about how descendants of enslavers and descendants of persons who are enslaved can reach out and make amends and work toward racial reconciliation. And as a result, we wrote this book together. It's called Cousins Connected in Slavery. And we're now taking our story around the country so that other people will connect across the racial divide. Thank you.